I am one with my glorious I Am presence and Holy Christ Self. My personalities, body elemental, and new spirit. All parts of my being are in balance, harmony, and alignment. And I am fully contained within my heart diamond and Metatron's cosmic egg. I am now ready for today's message. Greetings, beloveds. I, Metisse, come to you once again, and on especially this day, to explain to you the spiritual origins of Halloween, which was originally called All Hallows Eve. In the Lord's Prayer that many of you say is the expression, when you are speaking to God, hallowed be thy name. This means that the name of God is sanctified. It is a holy word in and of itself. The true origins of All Hallows Eve are spiritual and divine in their nature. Many of you are aware of ghosts, or you are aware of beings who are not in a physical body, but still stuck on the earth plane. The movie with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore explained this phenomenon quite correctly. Well, beloveds, All Hallows Eve was originally the night during which beings who had been stuck on the earth plane were allowed to go into the light. They had performed certain deeds in that disembodied state, which gained them entry into the light realms. The witches were originally those people on the earth plane, still in bodies, who assisted in this process by their prayers and by other religious acts that they did in order to assist these beings to find the light. Now, I'm sure some of you can see how this would go against the religious practices of the time. The Catholic Church especially, and other churches as well, told their followers that they had to follow their rules exactly, or be damned in hell forever. And so, if the practice of releasing dead people into the light was given any kind of a positive view by the church, it would have undermined the very basis of their beliefs and teachings. And so, those people who were saying the prayers and still in a body were called witches, evildoers, because they were going against the dictates of the church. Of course, this is not the only reason that witches were condemned. They also had great healing powers. Many of them were midwives and assisted in bringing life into the world. And it was for all of these things that the church itself could not do that they were condemned. The church often taught that disease was a punishment, and therefore seeking relief from that disease by any other means than prayer was considered a demonic act, and you had to be punished for it. So witches and ghosts were a part of a team working together so that the ghosts could be freed and released into the light. And so All Hallows Eve is in fact a very sacred night. And I would encourage all of you who have loved ones that have passed over, and if for any reason you fear that they may not have gone into the light, this night is the time to pray for them. And of course, if you happen to be viewing this video at any other time other than Halloween, my advice to you remains the same. Pray for your loved ones that have passed over to go into the light, that they may return home, that they may receive all the blessings and all the healing that they were denied while they were incarnate on this earth, so that all of their sufferings can be, for once and for all, relieved and forgiven by the only being that can forgive and wipe the slate clean, and that is God. So pray for them to return to God's heart, to accept God's forgiveness. And for those of you who are, of course, still incarnate right now, remember that God loves you just the same. And you can have that forgiveness right now without having to die, without having to undergo any future sufferings or diseases whatsoever. All that is required for you to have God's forgiveness is to ask for it. And then make a commitment to God and to yourself that you will not continue doing those acts for which you have just been forgiven. For that, of course, would cancel it out. But if you can keep your commitment to not do those things again, then God's forgiveness is eternal, and you never need ask for it again. Just know and accept that you have it. So with joy and upliftment in your hearts, I would encourage all of you to have a wonderful, joyful, and blessed Halloween. I am Metisse, and Metatron joins me in conveying this message to you and in blessing you with all of our love.